Z-scores, how it works is, let's say your class average is 80, okay?
Okay.
And you got a 90, okay?
Okay.
And you want to know, and let's say the standard, that's like the mu, okay? And your score is 90, okay? And you want to know, and let's say standard deviation is 5. And you want to know what percent of people got below you, okay?
Okay.
There's a standard curve for that, and that is called normal Z curve, okay?
Okay.
And using that, you can find out what percent of people got below you, okay? So you're going to always put the mean in the middle, and the mean here is 80, okay? That's your. I tell all my statistics students to write X here, Z here, and percent here, so they don't mix it up, okay? And
Okay.
the Z for the mean is always 0, okay? And the percentage is always 50% of the middle, because 50% got below the mean and 50% got above the mean, right?
Okay.
Okay, now you got a 90. So you must have gotten somewhere like on the right side, somewhere here, okay? Your goal is to find out, what's above and what's below, okay? That's your goal. Okay, now, how do you find that out? Well, you always have to go through Z. From X, you have to go to Z. From Z, you have to go to percentage. Okay? So how do you find Z? There's a standard formula for that. Z equals to X minus mu divided by sigma. What is X? 90. Mu is 80. And divide that by 5. That equals to 2. So you know the Z score for you was 2. Okay? Now you can look up the table, or you can use the calculator. Do you know how to use the TI-8384 for this? The calculator?
I don't have one of those, but I have this chart that my teacher gave me. It's a table.
You can use the chart to do it too. Look up Z chart 2 for 2.0. Let me open a chart for you. I have a lot of books here for different math subjects. Let me see. Which one should I use? Okay, I'm going to use this one. Okay, and the chart is at the end of the book. Should be in the appendix tables. Z chart. Normal. Standard normal curve. So there you go. So if you look up this chart, you'll see that and always look at the picture first. This picture says what's below that Z, everything below that Z. So that's what you're looking for. For 2.0, that is 2.0 right here. You have to look up this column as well, 0, 0. Okay, so you come down straight. 0.00 and 2, it meets at 0.9772, right?
Right.
Is that clear? Do you know how to read the chart?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, fantastic. So this point must be 0.9772. That means 97.72% got below you. Okay?
Okay.
Now in another class, let's say the mean is 90. Mean is 80 again, okay? And you got a 90 again. But in this class, the standard deviation is 10. Okay? So for this class, the Z score will be 90 minus 80 divided by 10, which is 1. So if you look up the chart again, look at 1.00, 0.8413. Okay? So in this class, 84% got below you, right?
Right.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So even though you got 90 in both classes, okay, but your percentile 0.8413, so 84% got below you. So that's the difference between, this. How important Z-score is. Z-score tells you the real value of your score. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any specific question you want to go over that you went over in class that you found hard?
We're doing some that are like word problems.
Okay. You want to take a picture of it, text it to me, or you want to just read it? I can tell just by even if you read it, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll just read one.
Okay, sure.
It says a brand of automobile tire has a life expectancy that is normally distributed.
Book did you use, by the way? One second. What's the name of the book you used?
I don't have a book. We don't get books.
You didn't get any book? What country are you in?
Henry.
Henry County. Do you use this book? Hold on, let me just open up the book. You're taking AP stats or regular stats?
I'm in Math 4.
Math 4. Okay, so Math 4 has. Okay, yeah, Math 4 doesn't use those higher level statistics books, so the question is probably really, really easy for you. Let's see. If you need to look at a statistics book, I can give you a website where you can just go in and look up anything on statistics in Math 4.
Okay.
Let me find out. Give me 1 second. Okay, got it. Okay, it's here. TH. Okay. Have you seen this book in your school?
No.
That's the book they use in a lot of Georgia schools in AP statistics. So okay, I guess your problem is not from there, so never mind then. You can use that book. I can send you the link. Okay. If you have any statistics questions, you can look up here. Control C. I'm going to plug it in the chat so you can copy and paste it. Z. Enter. Click chat and you can have that book. All right, so let's move on. So go ahead and read the question to me.
A brand of automobile tire has a life expectancy that is normally distributed with a mean life of 30,000 miles and a standard deviation of 2,500 miles.
Is it 35,000 miles?
30,000.
30,000 miles. Okay. 30,000 miles. Standard deviation is 2,500 miles. Okay.
Okay.
What else?
The lifespans of 3 randomly selected tires are 3,300 miles.
3,300. 3,300 miles or 33,000 miles?
1,000. Sorry.
32,000. Okay. Okay, so you have 33,000 miles, and what else?
24,750 miles.
24,750 miles, and
and 30,000 miles.
30,000 miles. So you see these numbers are correct, right? Okay.
Right.
And then
it says find the z-score that corresponds to each lifespan.
okay, so let's do the first one. Let's draw this. Okay. For the first one, always write x, z, and percent on the side so you don't mix it up. The midpoint, the mean we already know is 30,000, right?
Right.
And the z for the midpoint is always 0, and the percentile for the midpoint is always 50% because 50% is below that, right? Now, let's plug in 33,000. 33,000 is going to be on the right side. 33,000. So we are looking at the percentile here. That means we are looking for how many people, what percent got below that, right? This is the area we are looking for. So how do you find that area? We find the z-score first. Always find the z-score first, okay? And then you find the percentile. So z-score is going to be x minus mu divided by sigma, okay? Which means 33,000 minus 30,000 and divided by z, which is 2,500, right? That turns out to be 1.2. So we can look up in the book here for 1.2. We got 1.20. That's straight down. 0.8849, right? So the z-score is 1.2. Z and percentile, z is 1.2 and percentile is 8. What did I see? 8409? 8849. 8849. 8849. Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, perfect. And then this one, 24,700, you have z-score equals to x minus mu sigma. So you have 24,750 minus 33,000 divided by 2,500, which is 2,500 at the bottom. And at the top, you have, what is that? 8,250, right? But actually negative 8,250, right? So that would be negative 3.3, right? Negative 3.3. So you can look up your chart again. Negative 3.3. Here you go. It's 0.0005. Okay.
Okay.
So the percentile is going to be 0.0005, and z-score is going to be negative 3.3. Okay. For 30,000, it's right at the midpoint, right? So we already did that in the beginning. Midpoint is z-score is 0, and the percentile is 50. We can also look it up on the book. Okay. The book you have 0.5000. See that? Also, our common sense tells us that 50% is going to be below that. So it's going to be 0.5000. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Great. That's how you do z-score. What else? What other questions hard?
Oh, there's some that say to the left of z equals 1.54. What does that mean?
Okay. Left of z is 1.54, right?
Right.
1.54 means z-score 1.54 or the percentile cannot be 1. Is it 1.54%?
No, the z.
It says z is 1.54.
Right.
If z is 1.54, you know that we have an x and z and percent here. So you're looking at 1.54 here. You don't know the x. The midpoint is 0. This is 50%. This is always true about midpoint. So you're looking at left of z. So you're looking at this area here. Okay? I'm going to send you all these notes, everything I'm writing here, so you don't have to copy this. Okay? You'll have all the color coordinated stuff, so you can just print it out and look at it later. Okay? And you'll also have the recording, so you don't have to focus too much on writing. Just focus on asking questions. Okay? Okay. So all you have to do is look up the chart. And the chart says 1.5. Okay. Here is 1.5, right? So you come all the way here, and here you go, 9382. Okay, 0.9382. Right? So on the left, because this picture says it gives you the area on the left side. Okay, so the answer will be 0.9382. Okay, if you set up your tables like this, okay, this is not in any book. This is something I teach my students. I kind of came up with this method. So it helps you from making silly mistakes. Okay, people mix up x and z sometimes. They mix up z and percentile sometimes. So if you set it up like this, you won't make this mistake. You will have things really neatly organized. Okay. So 93% is going to be below it. So if the question was like this, what's above it? You would say, okay, the above it would be 1 minus 0.9382, which is 0.0618. Okay.
How did you get the point 0?
Because the total area is 1 under this curve, right? It's like 100%, right?
Right.
So everything is under, the probability that everything is under it is 100%. Like, what's going to happen? You win, you lose, or you draw, or something like that, okay? Let's say 3 possibilities, okay? The total of all that will be 100%, right? Like if you toss a coin, there's 50% chance of getting a head, 50% chance of getting a tail, right? That's 100% altogether, right? So total is always 100%. So if you know that 93.82% is below that, what is above it? You subtract that number from 100%, and you have 6.81%. Does it make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, great. Okay, next question.
So we just did one that it said to the left. How do you do it if it says to the right and the left?
Yeah, that's what I did. This is to the right. See that? This is the right.
So you do it the same way if it asks for the...
Yeah. If they ask for the left, you just look up this chart. If they ask for the right, you subtract that number from 1, right? The one that's tricky is like if it's in between. Do you have any in between questions? If you don't have one, I can make one up. Like for example, huh?
Continue. I got it.
Okay, go ahead. You can read it.
It says between z equals 0 and z equals 3.09.
0, 3.09. Okay. So you draw the chart up. Okay. Then it's always good to draw this because you can visually see what's going on. We are visual animals. How long have we been doing math? Like 2,000 years, maybe. But so our DNA cannot tell our if we make a mistake, our DNA cannot see it. A lot of times he doesn't understand. But see, visually, we have been active for millions of years. So with the corner of our eyes, you could tell, if there's a snake running or something, because we've been doing it for so long. If we have the math in picture, we can catch our mistakes easily. There's something you'll be like, something doesn't make sense, It's from a picture. With numbers, it's kind of hard to tell, So draw pictures as much as you can, not just in geometry, and statistics, and a lot of other word problems too. If you draw pictures, you'll see a lot of these hard problems become much easier. Okay. So again, write x, z, and percent. Okay, on the right side, and then the midpoint. You don't know anything about x on this one, but you know the Z for midpoint is here, and the percentile for midpoint is always 50%. And the area they want is between 0 and 3.09. So the Z is going to be 3.09 here. So the area you're looking for is here. Okay?
Okay.
Now, let's see. Now you're looking at this one. This is what you need to find out. Okay? So,
look at the chart.
that part. So what percentile do you have in the chart here? 3.09. So you go right, 3.09. So you look at 3.0. 9 is going to go all the way to the right for 999 for 999. So it's here. 3.09. Right? This would have been 0.09. This point would have been 1. This would have been 1.09, right? So you have to go all the way down, and you can see this must be 3.09. So it's 0.999. So you plug it in, 0.999. So what does this picture tell you? This picture tells you that below this point, there 0.999 probability, right? So it's 99.9%. But below this point, they're 50%. And you don't want this group. This group is something you don't want, right? You only want this here to here. So you should just subtract 0.999 minus 0.500, and you have 0.499. Okay? So that will be your answer. This one is your final answer. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great. Any other question like this or any other way?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. That's it about Z statistics, right? I could give you some work on Z, so you could practice. I could just make up a few questions so you could practice yourself. Okay? Let's say, what grade are you in?
12.
12. Have you taken SAT?
Took the ACT.
Or you took the ACT? How did it go?
It was rough.
Rough. Are you going to take it again?
Yes, sir. I'm taking it on the 21st of September.
Okay. So let's say in SAT, the average score is 550. Okay, in your school. And let's say you got. Let's not say in your school. Let's say in the country. Okay, and your score is 600. Okay, and that's the mu, and that's your x. Okay, sigma equals to, let's say, 150. Let me make something up like that. Let's say 100 and what would 50 be? Let's say 100. Okay, never mind. Let's say 100. Okay, let's say sigma is 100. Okay, now you want to find out what percent of students got below you. So you find your. Okay, that's the question. What percent got below you? Did I send you a video of an SAT tutoring session? I think I did, right?
Yeah, you did. I saw it.
Yeah. Did you have a chance? Did you learn a few techniques there? For
Yeah,
SAT
I did.
and ACT? Okay, great. All right. Okay, so this is 550 and this is 600. So what percent got below you? Can you do it? Tell me how you do it.
So you start off and you draw your little chart, right?
You can draw here too if you want.
Oh, okay. You do that.
Let me just draw the table first. It'll be easier for you, so you can write it down like this. x z percent. Okay, and this is the midpoint. Okay, go ahead and draw it. Or write anything you need to write. The mean is 550, right? So the mean should go here, right under the middle, right?
Right.
And the z for that is 0, and the percentile is 50%, right?
Mhm.
And your score was here. Your score was 600, right? So what is the z for that? Tell me what the z is for that.
For 600.
600 is the x, right? That's what you got.
Right.
So what is your z score?
Is this the part that you're supposed to look on the chart?
That's where you do the calculate the z equals to x minus. See this thing? This is something you got to memorize pretty much. Or you don't have to memorize. You got to practice enough that it becomes. You don't even have to think about it.
Oh, this is when you do the little formula.
Yeah, that formula.
Okay. So you do 600 minus 550 over 100.
Mm-hmm.
No. That gives you 0.5.
Perfect. And then what do you do?
Then you look on the chart, right? And that is 0.6915.
Perfect. That's it. So you know that 69% people, students are below you. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, great. So I think you got it. So you got to practice a few questions. Now,
Okay.
let's see. Anything else you need to go over today?
No, I think that's it.
That's the only thing that was hard. Good. All right, let me stop the recording here.